Hello there everyone, my name is Jerome Powell and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in this video we're going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the important news and the Fed interest rate, the interest rate hike that was yesterday. If you haven't seen my full live stream, like an 1 hour long live stream, check it out. I'm going to link it right here. But in this video we're going to do like a quick recap for everything we spoke about yesterday and what we're expecting and what happened yesterday, etc. So we'll try to keep it as short as possible. So if you're brand new, I'm going to show you my trade, my price targets, everything. So if you are interested in trading and if you have short trade open, then you really, or a long trade, then you really want to watch this video from the beginning and until the end. And as always, guys and girls, if you are brand new to the channel, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you're always notified when we're going to be taking these insane trades, raking in $27,000 in profits. Call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments right now because we're killing it this year. And guys and girls, really quickly, if you want to be trading on Bitget, I personally am trading a lot on Bitget. They really have really cool copy trading thing, and let me know down in the comments if I should actually start my own copy trading account so you can actually copy my trades directly, or should I start just a signal group somewhere for all the trades like directly that I'm taking. And if you want to be trading actively on Bitget, then there is a link down in the description as well as in the pinned comment, which you can use to claim all these insane bonuses. Just for using my link, you'll get 20 USDT within 24 hours or so credited to your account. Also up to $8,000 in initial deposit bonuses. 10% payback when you move your money from spot account to derivatives account, up to 150 USDT. So really cool, really cool. $50 bonus for $50,000 worth of futures trading volume, which is really easy to reach. And if you deposit more than $500, you'll get my paid crypto course for free, which is basically you're getting the whole amount of money back in value of my education. And most importantly, 10% cash back on trading fees, which is absolutely insane. Why? Because you're gonna be paid for taking trades. Go to financial assets right here, financial record. Then here you're gonna see all the rebates you're getting in cash credited back to your spot account, which is absolutely crazy. So if you're a break-even trader, you're gonna still make money only on Bitget right now. If you're not trading on Bitget and if you haven't used my link to claim this insane feature, then you're missing out on a lot of cash. It's gonna be credited every single day to your spot account. It's gonna show up in USDT in your spot account. So this is insane. Use my link like right now if you haven't done it. Move your money, whatever it is that you're using for your trading, from other exchange, if you have one, to Bitget and start trading on Bitget. And because this is, I mean, this kind of a feature is a kill for when I started trading. We didn't have this back in the day and we were struggling much more than, because with this kind of stuff, it gives you an upper hand and an edge over other traders. And thank you Bitget for this kind of an opportunity. Okay, so quickly let's talk about what happened with interest rates yesterday. So they increased the interest rates by 0.75%. So that's what everybody was expecting. You know, as I said before, if it would have been 1 full percentage, we would just crash like crazy. If it would have been 0.5, then we would have probably rallied quite a lot and we should have closed our short trades. But it came in as 0.75. So the only thing really what mattered was Jerome Powell's speech. And in his speech and then in closing remarks and questions that he has taken, he has reaffirmed that Fed is still very hawkish and that, you know, they really are going to keep raising interest rates because the economy is not breaking yet in terms of, you know, the jobs. And we are not really officially in a recession yet. So this gives the Fed a lot of leeway and opportunity to keep cracking down on inflation and increasing interest rates. So it's quite negative, and they really they showed a graph that showed that potentially the interest rates are going to peak around 5% only next year. So, and for this reason, you know, we've seen this already. So for this reason, what we are seeing right now is a lot of people calling for a huge crypto crash that is going to be worse than 2008, just because of Fed, you know, with their hawkishness. But then again, the Bitcoin price is going to definitely hit over $100,000 by 2025. So that's at least some positivity, but in a short-term perspective, having Fed do what they're doing right now, it's going to send markets, high-risk assets potentially much lower. So in this instance, we really have to take a look at this thing. For example, right here in econometrics, this is an example I showed in yesterday's stream. And this, guys and girls, if you don't understand this thing, then you're not going to be able to understand macroeconomics. So here, this chart right here actually represents what did previous crashes actually look like. So in terms of like when price actually pivot? When did it go from crashing to back to climbing, and how did it correlate with the interest rates? You know, a lot of people are thinking that, well, it's going to reverse as soon as Fed stops increasing the rates, but historically it's not the case. And this is quite scary. So historically, here is the dot-com burst example, that we had interest rates as we were crashing down. They were already actually reducing the interest rates. And at the bottom itself, we had hit zero interest rates. So this is pretty crazy. And the same thing was in the Great Recession, to the crash of the housing market in the United States, the Great Recession. So the same thing right here, as you can see, when the interest rates were like close to 1 or like even 0%, we were still crashing much, much, much lower. So this means that and this is where we are at right now. So we're just entering this red zone only right now. And again, just color-wise, this is where previously, oftentimes, not every crash, but a lot of the crashes, this is where the red zone was. So it was followed by another huge dump, just like in dot-com bubble right here. So potentially we are in, just historically, if you're looking at these models, and we believe in these models, with this unprecedented type of inflation, then we could see a much bigger crash. And the same, that's what they say here. If you're going to be in a similar situation, that means we'll have to wait first for the Fed to finish hiking rates, which from Jerome Powell's speech we understood that they're not going to stop before we enter 2023, and then for them to completely unwind what they just did before the stock market hits rock bottom. So we would actually have to wait for the interest rates to come down, to actually peak, and then to actually start coming down and completely come down for us to actually call the bottom. So what does this whole thing mean for Bitcoin? I mean, for S&P 500, for example, this could mean a drop of another, at least, as there. I mean, this is very difficult to predict, but a lot of people are saying that it's going to be another at least 30% drop from here. So we could be just hanging over the beginning of another mega recession. So the same thing is Nasdaq. We're seeing pretty much the same thing, even though this is a broadening wedge and all the technical idiots are going to scream it's bullish, but not in the current macro environment. Macro environment right now is predominant. So another 30% drop, let's say, here in Nasdaq would dictate something. I mean, this is pretty sad. I mean, but we're going to return to pre-COVID numbers though, before we started printing so much money. So it actually would make sense somehow. So before we talk about the price targets, about the trade, etc., I wanted to show you some interesting news as well, which is actually at least on a positive side. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you want at least a little bit of positivity. And number one is that Euro CoinPay partners up with MasterCard to launch one of the first cryptocurrency-based cards in Spain. So when MasterCard is starting to join this digital revolution and are starting to work with crypto, this is huge. So I mean, even though we're probably going to see lower prices, it doesn't mean that the industry itself is not developing. It's actually booming when it comes to the fundamentals. And this is crazy. And that's something, I mean, the chat went absolutely crazy yesterday in yesterday's stream when I told everyone that Colorado becomes the first state in the United States to accept Bitcoin as payment for taxes. So, crypto is so volatile, it's so dangerous, or so they say, right? But the government, guys, listen to this. But the government, and like the video, the government is happy to take your Bitcoin as a payment method for taxes. So how does this really work? I mean, this is pretty crazy, and this is pretty ridiculous, and this is pretty hypocritical. So they are understanding that so they are happy to take your Bitcoin out of your hands, out of the hands of simple people, and just store it away somewhere so that people have less Bitcoin. So otherwise, like, why are they accepting crypto? I mean, why are they accepting Bitcoin? Okay, so let's move on to our trade. Where is our trade? It is right here. And right now, we are seeing some kind of a small rebound in Ethereum. And I was thinking maybe I should take the profit because the profit is really nice. Let's take a look at Ethereum's chart right now. And we're going to see that, let's go to a smaller time frame. So basically, our initial target for this breakdown that we've taken perfectly from here, like the last target, is at about $1,160. But right now, it seems like we're being supported by this order block right here, which is at about $1,278. So I'm going to see how the price is going to react, because we've taken our a little bit of profits here, a little bit of profits here. And should we risk it and wait what's going to happen? Or, because if it's going to crash lower, but again, there could be some kind of relief here for short-term perspective, and then potential continuation of the move downwards. Really tough situation, to be honest. It's, again, we are, even in Bitcoin, we are currently forming lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, and so potentially another lower high here. So I wouldn't be worried, honestly, just yet in terms of the short trades, until we actually move above, again, this area of $19,600 to $20,000 and stabilize above this. For the short trade could be quite nasty and quite painful, and could be a target of about $21,000 for this whole flag that we have right here, actually this white level. I know that my chart looks ridiculous, I'm sorry, but for me it makes sense and it makes me money. So if it's a bit too complicated to read, I apologize, but I need all of those drawings for myself here. So basically this is the flag that we currently could be forming right in between this major support that we have here and this white resistance that is coming in very, I mean, it's very evident, it's very obvious. We had retests here, then we got the perfect rejection here, perfect rejection here, and then we have very perfect support off of 18,700, and could be, some kind of a consolidation before we actually finally see a breakout, or either a breakdown, which is far more likely in the current macro environment, or break up. So for now, I'm gonna keep my short trade. I'm not gonna be flipping bullish just yet, but at some point, if it keeps rallying like this, I'm gonna definitely just close it, take the profit, and see what's gonna happen next. And guys and girls, once again, remember, if you want to be trading on BitGet, and if you want to be taking all these if you want to be paid a salary for your trading, for every trade you're taking, getting these rebates, use my link down below. Sign up with BitGet right now. It's licensed in the United States. There is no KYC. So if you're from US, you don't need to use VPN. It's perfect. Use BitGet. They're big. They have millions of users, and I'm using it personally as well. And I'm gonna link a quick tutorial right here that you can check out exactly how to claim the bonuses, how BitGet works, and why this is such an amazing feature. Check it out. And as always, stay smart, stay rich, make some noise down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.